Hey there, gang. This is White Panther coming to you from Tucson, Arizona with episode 17, the final episode in volume 3 of our video series, Inside the Panther's Lair. Today we'll be talking about a song called Will You Still Be Here? Episode 16 was a duet. Episode 17 is also a duet. I happened to write this particular song in the shower on the morning I was getting ready to do my very first TV appearance here in Tucson with Duke and Kat on Kat's new show, Walk on the Wild Side with Kat. I was in the shower, and I do occasionally sing in the shower. I've written a couple songs in the shower. And I don't know how the idea popped into my head, but it did, of realizing that I had my last first kiss. Yeah, here comes the menopause. Here comes the estrogen again. Baby girl has had that profound an effect on my life. And started thinking about how I would never, ever be in the position of wondering, after a night of indiscretion, a night of passion, wondering whether or not the person I had shared this particular evening with will still be there in the morning. And I thought that's a really odd thought to have, being as happy as I am. But you can't help where your mind drifts. And I was thinking to myself, what would you be thinking as you're closing your eyes? Will this person still be here when the morning comes? I did not originally envision it as a duet. I got the main structure down. I got the first verse and chorus down. And as I started jotting it down, I realized that this would probably be a good candidate for a duet. So I kind of alternated the verses, guy's verse, girl's verse. The guy, the male vocal will do answers to some of the female lines and vice versa. And then we do some vague, minor, faint attempts at a little bit of harmony, but it really wasn't the goal there. So you got a little taste of it, but that's really about the extent of it. It was the first time, and again, the same gal who sang Upside Down with me, Tiffany, came into this. This was the first time that I had gotten her in front of the microphone in the studio. And it was, I kind of tried to warn her that the first time you do this, you kind of have to check your ego at the door. You've heard me say I'm a self-proclaimed karaoke whore. I will go out, I will sing anything by anybody if I've heard the song more than a couple times. Tiff is also a big karaoke person. She actually hosts karaoke around town. But I explained that it's one thing singing karaoke, and if you're a little bit off, typically on karaoke night, you're at a bar or another establishment where the spirits are flowing, and I'm not talking about the ethereal ones, the ones coming out the bottle. And the more you have, the better you sound. The more the crowd has, the better you sound. It's all about fun. It's, like I say, when it comes to karaoke, it's not about American Idol. It's about singing with a smile on your face, and if you can get one other person in the place to smile with you, it's a success. Now, have I been at karaoke nights where it sounded like folks were singing and it was like nails on a chalkboard? More times than I care to remember. When those things happened, when I was hosting, I used to just go out and encourage. I would sing along. I would get their friends to come up, grab the other microphones, and just make it an event. Make sure people were having a good time. It was not a competition. So when I explained to Tiff that we're probably going to be cutting you off mid-line, we'll get you to sing the same line a few times over. This is not going to be one take, beginning to end, perfect. Record it, mix it. We're good to go. That's not how the studio thing works. And it was a little rough for her. It was a little rough for her because she does sing really, really well. But it isn't until you first start hearing your vocals being tuned, when you first start hearing your own vocals recorded and not hearing it through your own head, that you start to hear all of the little things that the little imperfections, and nobody is more imperfect when it comes to singing than me. So it's a very humbling experience seeing something you thought sounded so great when you were putting it down there, because number one, you hear the melody that you want to sing in your head, and when it comes out of your mouth, you're half hearing what's in your head and you're half hearing what's coming out of your mouth. And more often than not, unless you're in the vocal booth with a headset, you're hearing more of what's in your head than actually what's coming out of your mouth. So being interrupted, doing a line or two at a time, coming back, redoing it and redoing it and redoing it. No reflection on the girl's vocal abilities, because the girl can throw it down. But it was definitely a humbling experience, as was my first few sessions where we kind of had to tweak vocals and move stuff around when the timing was slightly off. Especially when you're shooting for harmonies, there's no room for play. Everything needs to be spot on. The durations need to be exactly the same. The inflection needs to be the same, even though you're hitting different notes and you could be inverting melodies. Let's stop with the lesson on harmony, shall we? Anyway, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy this particular tune. Will You Still Be Here was the very first duet that I recorded. It certainly will not be the last. Like I said, just need to have the spirit move me to start writing some more, and we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, this is White Panther asking you, as always, to keep music in your hearts, and may God bless you.
Will you still be here when the morning comes? Or will last night be one of those things that we never should have done? Will you still be here when the day is gone? Do we write the whole thing off as a memory of a dream that you could have been the one? Why do I still cry at the drop of a dime, when I swore I never would again? When this all happened the last time, I thought I'd die, until I realized that I'm just no good without you. And baby, that's no crime.
I tried so many nights to get you off my mind. I tried so many times to leave the memories all behind. All the memories, yes, all the memories of those sweeter times.
Will you still be here when the morning comes? Or will last night be one of those things that we never should have done? Will you still be here when the day is gone? Or do we write the whole thing off as a memory of a dream that you could have been the one? I spent so many nights laying alone in my bed, with oh so many fights replaying in my head. But all the while, you Will you still be here when the morning comes? Or will last night be one of those things that we never should have done? Will you still be here when the day is gone? Or do we write the whole thing off as a memory of a dream that you could have been the one? Will you still be